All right, welcome back to Laconian Concepts. This is the moment I have all been waiting for. You probably haven't though. I have all been waiting for. We got a small group this year and the weather is impeccable, but this is our leaving from the parking lot. I don't even know if you can even see it. It's foggy, but we're hitting the mountain. So, just wanted to say hey and stick around. You can catch the hijinks. All right, see you later. So, the subject from what I'm about to say doesn't know this, but this episode has been brought to you by Camp Colvos. It's a brew pub, kind of cool little family-friendly brewery, eatery type thing down in downtown Tacoma. There's also the original is on Vashon Island in Washington State here. But yeah, so one of my oldest friends, his brother-in-law started this brewery, and I chose to wear this hat. Specifically, I like to christen every hat with a good trip. So this was the trip I chose for that, but I thought it'd be a good time to just mention, if you live in Washington State in the Puget Sound area, I highly recommend either the tasting rooms. Their pizza is super good, their beer is super good, they have a Star Wars themed beer, and you have to go to find out what the name is. You'll see it. But yeah, so if you have a chance, check it out. And Matt, if you end up seeing this, keep it up, man. We're now officially on the trail. Let the incline begin. It's gonna be a rough one. So the beauty of coming this route versus the route that we've traditionally done, which is the Stewart Lake Trail, is that a majority of the elevation and switchbacks are right up front when you're feeling the spryest, versus when you go Stewart Lakes, it starts out relatively gradual, and then your incline is all bundled up at the end. So I'm hoping that that this will be a good payoff to have to do it up front, and then we can kind of relax. I mean, it's still going to be incline. It's a total of like 4,000 feet. The other one is about 3,000, so you gain another 1,000 feet because we're starting lower. But the last 3,000 is going to be spread over a total of like, I think like 4 miles. So as you can tell, I'm already a little bit winded, but that's it. You can kind of see, I mean, there's level, and it's just a wall of dirt and rocks. So anyway, all right, we'll catch up with you in just a little bit. So we're looking for milestones because it is all uphill right now. Switchback, switchback, switchback. But you can hear that water down there, but you can't see nothing because we are right at the, probably like right just above the fog line.
Right there.
Let's see if I can get.
You can catch a glimpse of it right there.
Yeah.
Between the trees.
Right down in there, you can kind of see. But anyway, small win.
Yeah.
Small win. So what did we decide? 400 or 500 feet, somewhere in there?
Yeah, it's like 450.
So not that far yet. Still got a ways to go, but
5,000 feet.
we haven't been here that long. We've already gone up freaking 500 feet or so, or whatever it is. So I'll take it. And actually here, check this out. This is what I'm talking about. So yeah, we're at the fog line. You can see that's the top. So there's like a blanket of fog, and then we're popping out of it right now up into the Alpine Lakes area. So, woo! All right, we'll check back in with you in a little bit. We are out of the switchbacks and we're celebrating. Boom.
Oh, shaking.
Shaken, not stirred. So we're gonna pre-funk the post-funk. icicle. This is a German chocolate cake. This is, let's just say, it's my jam, but it's our jam.
Oh yeah.
But we're trail beering it now that we're out of the switchbacks. So we got longer miles ahead of us than the other route, but I'm letting Marvin confirm that it should be just like spread out. So nice and nice slight incline the rest of the way. So I'll catch you up when we have something cool to see, but ain't too bad of you. Oh, in the trees. Ain't too bad of you for a trail beer. All right, we've been in the valley for a minute and we're right alongside the creek. Light's starting to go on us. We got a later start than I would like, which was my fault because I had to work this morning. And I even got out early, but daylight savings and all that. So anyway, we're making it work. All it took was one beer and we're all in a better mood, I'll tell you that. Check out when beer 2 happens. It's actually not that cold. So yeah, not right now anyway. It's gonna get pretty cold tonight. It's gonna dip down. Forecast said 28 at 4,900 feet, which is where I'd like to stay. I don't know how far we'll get with the light and all that.
Oh my gosh, it's dry.
Yeah, so I'd like to get, we're trying, if we can, it'd be cool to make it to Naughty Lake, 4,900. If not, we're just gonna find somewhere nice. I'd like to also, if we can, have a fire, because we can have a fire below 5,000 feet. And yeah, it'd be real nice. So, it is dark now.
Yep.
But
Fucking 10 minutes.
as you can tell, because there is snow and because people have been here recently, we have a nice little path to know where we're going. So we're just gonna keep trucking till we're unsure. And we actually don't think we have that far to lake, probably another couple miles. So shouldn't be too bad. Honestly, it's not that cold. And as long as we keep moving, it'll be fine. So we finally had to spike up. There's too much snow. It's getting a little slippy. I don't know if you can. It's kind of hard to see, but yeah, I mean, you can see how much snow there is. It's a little slushy, so it is what it is. You just tired of slipping around, so. What you got? Patulas?
Yeah.
He's got Gucci gear. We got the Amazon specials over here, but they're sharp, so. So we hit our waypoint. It's the river crossing. No covered bridge. But yeah. That means, so our trail map says that once we cross that bridge, we got 700 feet more to go to Naughty Lake. And, oh shoot, the moon's out too. Yeah, it's a super clear night. It ended up being kind of cool. So we're anxious to have dinner and some warmer clothes and another beer. So we'll check in with you once we get set up here. All right. We made it to camp. We're at the lake. It's nice and clear. It is super freezing now. Temps started dropping real quick right as we kind of got into the flat right before the lake, and it was slushy, so all our feet are super cold. I think my feet are dry, but just the cold like slush on my shoes made them freezing. So we're all gonna layer up, get our hammocks up so we have somewhere to sit, make some dinner, and most importantly, share a libation with friends. So. All right, later. We're pretty much settled. Here's my, it's kind of hard to see, but hammock set up. Got one of the crap in it. I'm gonna be doing, they have a popular chicken alfredo pasta, 53 grams of protein. So I just gotta heat up some water, and everyone's toasty in their hammock setups over here. Let's see what there's Marv. Alright, so we're up in the Enchantments. And what better way to celebrate than Enchantments Hazy IPA. So it's a favorite. But we're all settled, and we're making dinner. Haven't eaten it yet, still, I don't know, hydrating or whatever it does in there, but I'm just about ready to eat. Everyone's having a nice little drinky poo and hanging out and just chilling now. The wind's calmed down a little bit, and everyone's got layers on, so we're all toasty warm. At least I'm toasty warm. And Jake's living the lap of luxury over in the cocoon over there.
You know it.
So I'm about to do that after I eat. Let's try it. Yeah, it's tasty. I knew it, but it's always good to have again. And I had a cookie while I was waiting for my MRE. So, kind of what I did this trip was I got 2 dinner meals like this, high protein, freeze dried, just add water, and then I got 2 field stripped MREs for lunch, an entree for one and a snack for the other, and then just a couple extra snacks. So just to keep down on weight, because I didn't eat that much. And then for breakfast, just oatmeal and cranberries, but 1 regular, 1 apple cinnamon, and then everything is supplemented with lots and lots of snacks. Just sipping some red chai, super good. So I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. It is very light out because I slept so good. I was just telling the guys that I had the intention of peeing before I fell asleep last night, and it was too warm in the sleeping bag that I didn't get up to pee, so now I gotta pee real bad. But I stole this sleeping bag from my wife. It's a down sleeping bag. Normally I've had just the older military sleep system when I come in the winter, and this year I want to borrow her down one because it's smaller and lighter, and I think I'm gonna have to get one of these. This one, it's cool. It like goes around the hammock like a cocoon kind of, and so you don't need to bring an underquilt either, and it is so warm. So we're gonna be getting up, and it's a clear day. We made it all the way to Naughty Lake. I gotta get up and make some breakfast, but we'll go explore and see what's around. I think we're gonna gather some firewood so we can have a fire too, because we had wanted to last night because it was cold, but we were just too tired from hiking in. So anyway, I'm gonna get up here and I'll bring you along with me. So I finally had the gumption to get out of bed. So I don't know if you can see, can I here? See if I can get it better. Here's our little setup. down this way, you can probably see it better. We have one common tree, and then we're all coming off the one common tree and going to different trees. So we got a nice little kind of like triangle thing going. And, or it's like a crow's foot. Oh, you can see it better right there. But yeah, so it was kind of windy last night, and we had a couple options. This is a designated campsite because it's so flat over here. Most people do tents and stuff up here. But we're thinking we might want to get further back so be more guarded from the wind because it was pretty windy last night. But we settled in this area because it's really flat. We're closer to the lake, so there's easy access to water. And then I just set up mine kind of like a wall because I have a big rainfly. It's that AquaQuest guide, 10 by 10, and then I set it up on a porch on the inside so I could kind of like hang out on that side with them. But yeah, come take a walk with me. Come see what's beautiful up here. So, just a short walk from our campsite. This is not a lake. And that up there, that's the temple. Just ridiculous. So, beautiful clear day today. It is chilly, but that's part of why it's so clear. It's gonna warm up tomorrow morning, into the 40s even. And but it's gonna probably rain instead of snowing. So it's gonna snow tomorrow night. No, so it's gonna snow tonight. Rain in the morning though when it warms up. But yeah. Show you. So I got this for my wife for Father's Day, and I've used it already, but not up in the mountains. It is so cool. So what this is a espresso maker. It's manual, so you heat up water, you put in a coffee pod, and it uses an espresso pod, so it uses these little things, and you throw them in the top of this right here. Put them in. This cap goes back on. It punctures that little aluminum can thing. You fill this reservoir with hot water to the fill line. Close it up real tight. But it has this little button thing. You spin it and it turns into a pump. And you just manually pump it till you got a little thing of espresso. There it goes. Oh, it smells good, dude. And voila. Creamy, real espresso. And it's, I mean, Philip, if you see this, yeah, it's an espresso pod, but I can have espresso, real espresso with some nice crema on it up in the mountains. And to me, that's a huge one. You dude, take a taste.
That's delicious.
It's super good. So anyway, thought I'd share that with you. That's my coffee for this trip. And then I had some instant coffee too, just because I need lots of caffeine. But yeah, this is how you wake up in the morning. All right, so I'm just did a little bit more Jake's water. Once I get my coffee, I had my fancy coffee. Now we're gonna do trashy coffee with some pine needles in it. That's good.
Pine needle tea?
Pine needle tea.
So you're making me a shot to throw in my...
Do you want a shot? I was asking you.
Oh, no, no, that's okay. I thought you were already doing it.
No, I can though. I got it out.
If you got it out, I'll put a shot of my
Yeah.
coffee here.
All right, we're gonna. Yeah, everyone wants a shot in the dark.
Shot in the dark and it's too late? Or is it not too late?
Oh, it's not too late. It's never too late. So there's my, I just need some sheer volume, but volume. Yeah, there we go. All right, shot in the dark, Marvin. All right. Yeah, so I emptied out my pack. I only brought one backpack this time. Just my usual. The TT extended range operator. Yeah, so I just emptied it out and just threw food and some extra layers and a place to put extra layers because I'm a little chilly, but I know as soon as I start moving, I'm going to be too warm and I'll need to shed some more. So anyway, I'll catch you up when we're out on the trail. Walking around the stream, that is the path.
This bag feels a lot lighter than yesterday.
Sure does. Oh yeah, check this out, bro.
Oh, dude.
My pocket jerky.
Pocket jerky.
Pocket whiskey.
I like the sound of that. Alright, we made it to Upper Snow Lake. And it's not snowy. Well, it's snowy, but the lake's not snowy. Not a lake, I think, just because it's shallower, it was all frozen over. But yeah, let me see if I can come down here a little bit so y'all can see what I'm working with. Okay. Whoa!
Easy, fella.
There's a bunch of rocks with holes in it.
Holes.
Yeah. Holes. Still be careful, man. There's some good holes here. Just go nice and slow. Yeah, so we're Upper Snow Lake here. I think you go up here, go up into that pass, and go on the other side of this peak here. That's the core zone all the way up on top up there. That you got a few miles and you meet the top of Asgard Pass up there and go down into Kolchak over here is what we think. So yeah, I think we're gonna stop and have something to eat and have something to drink, hang out for a little bit.
Cologne time.
Cheers. Cheers.
At 5,280 feet.
All right, we're having some battery troubles because it's so cold that even though the camera says it has battery, it doesn't think that it does, and it keeps shutting off. So anyway, I put it in my pocket for a little bit. We hiked around to the other side of the lake, and check this out, man. It is cool. So there's Temple. That's what we were flying up with the drone. We're right at the base of it now, and we're about, what, Marvin, what did you say? It was like 1,000 feet higher than at Nada Lake. So apparently I get 30 seconds at a time until it decides to shut off, but I'm just gonna talk real fast. Yeah, so we're checking it out though. Just had a little beer, a little snack, a little trail beer. And just look at this though, this is so cool. Oh yeah, this is cool. Just like a cool landscape, so. Anyway, we're having a good old time. So this is as good time as any. We on our way back, the battery was too cold for anything, so I put it in my pocket for about half an hour while I warmed up, and we hung out for a bit, and now we're on our way back. Anyway, we got to do some fire prep, get it all stacked and ready so we don't got to do a bunch of work all night, and then we're just gonna hang out and eat dinner and probably drink some whiskey. So all right, I'll bring you back in a bit. Alright, just judging based on my last experience, I know I don't have long, but just wanted to update you. We are back at camp. We made it safe and sound. We're gonna make some coffee, probably get some dinner going. Catch you in a few. So, this is why camping just at Nada Lake is nice. Because it's 4,900 feet, which means you can have a fire. And I like fire. Makes me feel good inside. So, save dinner for a little bit later, but we're gonna hang out and sip some coffee, maybe sip some whiskey.
I'm gonna set the jet boil up right here.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna cook over here and hang by the fire, as long as we can keep it going. So, anyway, this is a cool little hangout spot now. It's like a... Probably was designed for something such as this, but has some kind of down trees that have been cleaned off. Alright, so snow's coming down now. Just lightly dusting. And we got a pretty good little fire going. Everyone's getting ready to make some food for dinner. And
That sounds good.
I think I'm going to have... There it is, yeah. Chicken teriyaki. It's got 40 grams protein, but it is a hot meal. And 40 is still pretty high, so I'm good with that. But yeah, it's just a pretty chill evening, nice and warm with the fire going, so that was a nice little boost. Alright. Chicken teriyaki. Let's see what she does. There we go. Fairly appetizing. Let's try it out.
Oh yeah. The sweet really ups the game.
Actually, that's really good.
Season's really nice.
Hot fire. Friends. Warm meals. It's good times, man. Yeah, so snow's coming down a little more. I don't know if you can see that. And it's supposed to rain in the morning, but we'll see how it does. I hope it's just snow tonight. So, look at that snow. Marvin said it's Snowmageddon. But we're still
2021.
We're still hanging out by the fire, just warming up. Just chilling. We had to fortify our sleeping arrangements so that we didn't accumulate too much snow. And
My ass about to go climb in that thing.
I know, I'm not far, but this fire feels so good, so I'm just hanging out for a little bit longer. And I know as soon as I get in, I'm gonna fall asleep, so that's one consideration. It's still early-ish anyway. Yeah, see, we didn't go to bed till like after 10 yesterday, and still woke up at 6. We're gonna wake up stupid early if we fall asleep now. Which, I mean, I'd like to wake up early to get a head start, but...
I don't care. Like, I'll lay in there and bullshit with you guys.
Yeah, well, if you talk with me in the morning, you're only gonna be talking with this.
The anus?
Yeah,
Anus?
the cat anus. Alright, so it's like 12:30 and we all got woken up to crazy rain about a half hour ago. Just like torrential downpour. And then we could just hear brewing way up the mountain, this super strong wind. And it came flying down through the kind of valley that the lakes are at, and it just blew through where we were at. All our rain flies, all the stakes, everything came out, and luckily we were tied off the tree, so the flies didn't go flying anywhere, but completely, pulled our protection from the wind and the rain. And they're flapping. I'm on the outside because I got the biggest fly, trying to block wind from the rest of our camp so everyone else can stay dry. But all of our flies just flapping. So we all got up and quickly tried to throw them back together. And I don't know know if you can still hear that wind. Let me see if I can pull it out here. It's still pretty windy, so anyway, try to get some more sleep and I'll catch up in the morning. Alright, well, I made it through the night and sun's peeking over the mountaintop, so there's some light, but still kind of dark out. I think I'm gonna get up and start making some breakfast and most importantly some coffee. So it sounds like the other guy's still sleeping, but it's just too light out for me. Alright, so there's lots of debris everywhere. I wanted to show, I only showed the outside with the rain fly up, so I'm gonna try to pull one side of this down so you can kind of see.
Where were we gonna stay at?
So this is a hike and bike, but what's cool about it is there's like a hole that's got like a baffle and a hole with another baffle, and then these drawstrings, and I use the drawstrings to just kind of connect up to my suspension system, but it goes around the hammock, so it's kind of like a cocoon. Central zip, so the hammock's inside, so all this area acts like an underquilt, and all the top area acts like a top quilt. And then I actually just brought one of those Costco down blankets, just in case. I kind of shoved it down because it was warm enough last night. The first night was pretty cold, so I did put it over me. And then more than anything, what I actually used was my TS1 snug pack liner, and mostly that was just, this is my wife's sleeping bag, and she didn't want my stinky butt touching her sleeping bag, especially since I'm all outdoorsy and wet, and I'm actually dry, but she just didn't want it to get dirty, so yeah. But this thing, it's ready for 0. I was so toasty warm, and I really like the modularity, because I can not bring the underquilt. It packs down smaller than my sleeping bag and underquilt together, and it weighs about 2.2 pounds because it's down. It's hydrophobic down. I mean, obviously I had a rain fly, so I didn't want it to get wet or anything, but just as an added bonus, I mean, like last night the wind's coming in from this direction, and it was pushing my rain fly against the sleeping bag, and a little bit of condensation got on the outside. It's already dry because of that. It has a DWR on the outside, and then the down's hydrophobic. So, and then I'm really liking, I did this ridge line a while back, and I'm really liking that. Made it super easy setup. And then I swapped out, I had an Eno sub 6 hammock, but I modified my snug pack one. I took the pocket off. Normally they're in the center, and I took it off and put it up way up at the head, and so it's right inside that head area there. Here, I'll just show it to you. It was starting to kind of tear off because I kept sitting on it, but I put it up here, and now I can like throw a battery. Actually, I gotta get that out. A battery or my phone up in the head area out of the way, which is kind of cool. And then yeah, so but I bought my wife a sub 6 Eno hammock, which is ultralight, and then we both have these Helios, it's Dyneema suspension, but the sub 6 had the same suspension with this little tiny super light. You just like pop it through the eyelet and turn it sideways, which is how I have the tack toggle on my ridgeline, so I can undo it to get stuff inside of it, like an underquilt or whatever. And I pulled the regular suspension off and put that on just to make it a little lighter, and I like it. It's real simple too. Anyway, that's my hammock setup this time, and I'm really happy with how warm and dry I was. So, all right, we're gonna have some coffee and breakfast, and I'll talk to you in a little bit. So you can still see snow on the ground, but it warmed up considerably. It's like somewhere in the 40s now. So I'm just wearing a hoodie and my hiking pants. I do have my silk layer underneath, but it doesn't feel as cold as it looks with all this snow and ice and stuff. Crazy. What a sight for morning coffee, huh? Yep. That's pretty cool. We're just getting ready to head out. Anyway, alright, we'll see you on the trail. Well, if you made it this far, thanks for sticking around. Appreciate the support. Make sure you do all the things. Hit the buttons. Make the smiles. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one.